Za nas on je bio i uvijek će biti doktor Andrew Wakefield.
Thank you. It is a great honor to come and address the enlightened people of Croatia at this rally for health freedom and for resistance to dangerous and coercive vaccination policies. Hearing about the Croatian media, I was surprised to learn how bad I really am. I think that even my mother would be surprised. As a physician and a scientist, I have studied vaccine safety since 1990. And in that time, I have witnessed a worldwide tsunami of vaccine injury. All of it almost certainly avoidable. As a filmmaker, I am determined to do everything I can in my power to end this suffering by bringing the truth. This article in the newspaper, which I saw when I came, it asked the question, why would you trust a doctor who has lost his license and not the doctors who are trying to eradicate lethal diseases? That is a very reasonable question, and I will try to explain why. You may have heard many things about me in the media, and the claims are false. But as the lack of safety and efficacy of their vaccines is being laid bare for everybody to see, these lies are all the vaccine zealots and all the pharmaceutical industry profiteers have to offer. Let me ask you one question, and this is a question for the media in particular. Why? Why would I spend a great deal of time and a great deal of money trying to sue the journalist and the British Medical Journal in a court of law where everything will be open for the public to see? Everything will be laid bare. Why would I do that if I had committed fraud? And why would they resist so hard? Public health measures such as vaccination should rely upon the public confidence in the vaccine policy makers. Not in the vaccines, but in the people who make the policy about the vaccines. And when that trust is gone, as it has around the world, when that trust is gone, then all they have is force. And forced medical procedures are a disgrace. Historically and forever, they are a disgrace. They are a road to nowhere, and they will fail. The people of Croatia must have control, must have dominion over their bodies and those of their children. Parents know what is best for their children. The doctors do not know. Mothers know their children like no one else. And mothers must trust their instincts, and the world will be a safer place. And now measles is the rod with which the authorities beat the public. The headlines claim the return of a killer disease, while men in white coats protest the need to protect herd immunity, to protect the vulnerable, while being paid a bonus for each fully vaccinated child they put through the system. The blame for the return of the disease, for measles, is put onto you. It is a currency of fear, and it is a false narrative. I think the government have control of the bells. And I have come to tell you why. The real problem lies in vaccine failure, in the failure of their vaccines. First, there was measles before vaccination. When mass measles vaccination was first debated in the United States in 1991, that time, nearly 60 years ago, measles was a mild disease of childhood, and it was rapidly becoming milder and milder. In fact, there had been a 99.96% reduction in the fatality rate from measles long before the vaccine was ever introduced. This dramatic decline in measles deaths and the severity of measles was due to natural herd immunity. Almost everybody experienced measles, but they did so as children when the disease is its mildest. Measles is more dangerous in babies under 1 and in adults. Natural herd immunity allowed measles to be experienced in childhood. And this was achieved principally by 2 things. 1, exposure to measles as a child protected you from measles for the rest of your life. So people did not get measles when they were adults. Number 2, pregnant mothers who had measles in childhood gave excellent immunity to their babies across the placenta and in breast milk, protecting them from measles when they were less than 1 year of age. And then came vaccination. And when the vaccine was introduced, certain promises were made by the vaccinologists, by the public health doctors. 1 dose of vaccine would protect all children. 1 dose of the vaccine would protect you like natural measles for life. That measles would be rapidly eradicated. That the vaccine would not cause permanent brain damage, injury, or death. And the vaccine virus could not be spread from the vaccinated to the unvaccinated. All of these promises were false. And they ask why you don't trust them. Worse than this, measles vaccination destroyed natural herd immunity. The natural transition from measles to a milder and milder disease, vaccine immunity is not lifelong and is not protective, not even with multiple doses of the vaccine. Adults vaccinated as children are no longer protected. Adults are now susceptible to measles when it is a more dangerous disease. We have a product that is on the market that is a huge commercial success precisely because it does not work. In Croatia now you have an epidemic. You have 2 cases of measles, and they are both in adults. Second, mothers who have been vaccinated do not give good immunity to their babies in the womb or through their breast milk. As a consequence of vaccination, babies under 1 are no longer protected against measles. I repeat, because measles vaccine does not work as we were promised, it has made measles a more dangerous disease. Why should you trust them? And just as antibiotics led to the creation of dangerous multi-resistant bacteria, vaccinations have done the same, and there is a new strain of measles that has emerged in Europe that is completely resistant to the immunity from the vaccine, and that is a very worrying situation. And while they claim that those with immune deficiency cannot be vaccinated and must be protected from measles by herd immunity, the irony is that in America, in the concentrated blood product that is given to such individuals, It is now useless because blood donations from vaccinated donors do not contain enough measles antibody to pass the FDA test. There is no protection. Medical arrogance has assumed dominion over measles virus, and medicine now looks very foolish. That same failed medical arrogance has no place dictating that your children must be forced vaccinated against your wishes. The people of Croatia must demand fully informed consent, nothing less will do. Your children are not and never will be wards of the state. Thank you very much. And if any of the doctors in Croatia want to debate with me, I'm here till tomorrow.